Now that I finally have the shock towers rebuilt, I was going to start getting the suspension put back in with new control arms and all the business. And then I thought, you better do the export brace first. So that's kind of what I'm up to now. I just kind of laid it up there to get an idea of where I'm at. And this looks, well, I'm a little bit too far back. If I bring it forward a smidge, we're pretty good over here. That actually looks decent. Here, not so much. We're a little far forward and in. So yeah, I'm gonna have to probably get a bottle jack and a 4x4, and I don't have a porta power, so I'm gonna try to push that apart a little and see if I can get this to drop down into place. I am probably going to make myself a mounting reinforcement bracket here. I did not order it. Once I get this welded in, I'll bolt this down tight. I'll get this welded in, then I'll put the export brace on, and wherever those holes in the export brace line up best, that's where I'll drill 1/2-inch holes, which is what's in the export brace. These are 3/8 bolts, and I think from what I've read, most people use 1/2-inch bolts, grade 8 or whatever, for the export brace. Still not sure if I'm going to take any more of the old bracket off. And I kind of feathered this up, the top part, and honestly, these sit up proud of the rest of the tower, so this isn't in the way of the export brace anyway, because it's going to sit up on top of these little pedestals. Those sit up. The slot here is a little big, especially this one. When I was taking the suspension all apart and trying to get the shock upper mount off, this one was spinning inside that slot. So I may have to do a little bit of welding or something in there to kind of narrow this gap. Well, I haven't actually welded in my reinforcement plate yet. Just kind of been playing around, trying to figure out how I was going to get the shock towers separated. They were definitely too close. Measured 39.5 from inside to inside, and I've read on the old interwebs it's supposed to be 40. So I put a 2x4 there and then a 4x4 and kind of pounded it into place with a 3-pound sledge. And I'm at right about 40 here, which seems to be about right for the separation here. I've got a bolt in the inside of each, and the rest of the holes actually line up perfectly with the export brace, except here, we're not even close. this in. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I blew through a couple little holes here. Blew through right there, blew through right there, blew through right there. First couple welds went really well. That one didn't blow through at all. This one didn't blow through at all. I thought, okay, that's about the right heat setting. And then, or maybe it was this one. I did that one and it didn't blow through, and I thought, okay, I might be all right. Yeah, not the prettiest, but allegedly from the factory, when these were installed, they would seam seal all around that. So I'll do that, of course, smooth all that out, paint all that. This side, well, I went ahead and put the old bolts through. I have 7/16 to put through there, but I'm using the old 3/8 to get it in and on, all locked in here at the shock tower. Then I can start taking these out and kind of prying and cleaning out or drilling out those holes to 7/16 so that I can get those new bolts and washers and whatnot installed. But over here, I've got 2 of these bolts in on the driver's side here, but this last one here, it really needs, this end, the front here really needs to be lowered. So I'm going to have to, I may have to have some assistance out here with a lever, a board of some kind, a something. All right, so what I was just doing is taking the top of the little dome off of these new carriage bolts, because the stock ones, much shallower dome. Well, I think that's it. I went ahead and just using my impact driver, I snugged these down. So the plate is actually at least in contact now with the top of the shock tower. Just snug these down. Probably should have added a lock washer. Maybe I'll take those out and add a lock washer. Yeah, so, I mean, those snug down nicely. These snug down nicely. I had the one that was an issue was this one right here, was just not wanting to seat very well. Really the other five lined up really, really well. But that one was not good. So what I ended up doing, I don't know if you can tell in the video, I have, this is my, for my little makeshift brake that I made. So I ended up putting that underneath the engine mount there, and then had some assistance out here pushing down to get me a little bit lower here on the driver's side to kind of pull the whole thing down this way, away from the firewall. And that gave me just enough room that I could slide that into place and get the nut started on that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's as good as what the export brace can be put in. Really, I had to do very little, I mean, with the 7/16 bit to open those up enough to get it all lined up. This one, I mean, these two were spot on. This one was, once I used my little punch here to get that pulled over using this hole, that was nearly lined up. And then going back to this one was the most off of all of them. And again, it wasn't even that bad. Hey, it's done. It worked. And now finally it's on to reinstalling control arms and springs and hopefully knuckles and drums and brakes, and yeah, so not too terribly bad to get the export brace on. Thanks for coming around.